Welcome to Edha's Explain the Video.
Today, we're going to dig into a policy that's looking to literally rebuild India's cities from their own ruins. We're talking about turning massive piles of construction debris into the very foundation for a greener future. Just think about it. For every incredible new skyscraper you see piercing the skyline, a huge mountain of waste gets created. For decades, all that rubble has just been choking our landfills, polluting our environment. It's this enormous challenge that's been hiding in plain sight. But that is all about to change. India is rolling out a brand new playbook. And it's not just about managing waste better, it's about completely reimagining what waste even is. The goal, as you can see right here in the official language, is to create a real circular economy, one where, ideally, nothing gets wasted. So, what exactly is this new blueprint? Well, its formal name is the Environment, Construction and Demolition Waste Management Rules 2025. Let's break down what that actually means for everyone involved. This is really the heart of the matter. Come April 1st, 2026, the old way of doing things, that linear path of take, make, and just dispose, is getting scrapped. What's taking its place? A continuous loop. Construction, demolition, and then reconstruction using the old materials. It's a total system overhaul. And, for a system like this to actually work, everybody needs to be on the same page. The new rules are crystal clear about who does what. The producers, those are the folks actually creating the waste, they're now directly on the hook for it. Recyclers, their job is to work their magic and transform it. And the local authorities, well, they're the referees, making sure everyone plays by the new rules. And that brings us to what is probably the most revolutionary part of this whole new system. It's a concept called Extended Producer Responsibility, or EPR for short. So what on earth is EPR? Honestly, it's a pretty simple idea at its core. If you make the mess, you clean it up. Simple as that. Before, the burden of dealing with all this construction waste often just fell on the public. Now, the financial and logistical responsibility is put squarely on the shoulders of the very project developers who are generating it in the first place. And they're very specific about who a producer is. This isn't targeting your small home renovation project. No, this is aimed at the big players. We're talking large-scale projects, anything with a built-up area of 20,000 square meters or more. The idea is to make sure the biggest generators of waste are also the ones held accountable. So, how does this actually work day to day? Well, it's a simple but really powerful three-step loop. Step 1, a developer's project generates waste. Okay, obvious enough. Step 2, they have to make sure that waste gets to a registered recycler. And step 3, this is the key, they have to prove it by buying a digital certificate. This creates this transparent, auditable trail from the moment a brick is knocked down to the moment it's ready to be reused. And this right here is the market-based engine that's gonna drive the whole system. These EPR certificates are way more than just proof. They're actually a tradable commodity. And this creates a direct financial incentive to recycle, turning something that was always seen as a cost into a potential source of revenue. It's pretty smart. Okay, but getting the waste recycled is only one piece of the puzzle, right? To build a truly circular economy, you can't just make recycled materials. You also have to create demand for them. This is the other critical half of the equation, and it's what really closes the loop. It's not enough to just recycle. You have to use the recycled stuff. So the rules now mandate that new construction projects have to incorporate a set percentage of recycled materials. This guarantees a market for the very products the recyclers are creating. And as you can see from this timeline, the government is phasing this in gradually, but also pretty aggressively. It kicks off with just 5% in 2026, but then it climbs steadily year after year, hitting a full 25%, that's a quarter of all materials, by 2030. This gives the industry time to adjust, but it also ensures we're making real, measurable progress. So, what can this rubble actually become? I mean, this is where it gets really cool. It's almost like urban alchemy. We're talking about transforming waste into the very building blocks of our future cities. Old concrete gets crushed into new aggregate. Broken bricks are reformed into paver stones. You can even make things like public benches and drain covers. Okay, a system this ambitious needs a really powerful watchdog to make sure it all actually works. And that is where the digital enforcement side of things comes in. The entire system is going to be held together by a single, centralized online portal. Think of it like the digital brain of the whole operation. This platform will be the one source of truth, tracking waste from the second it's created to the second it's recycled. And it'll monitor the buying and selling of every single EPR certificate. It's designed for maximum transparency, which should make it really hard to cheat the system. And to make sure everyone complies, the rules have both a carrot and a very, very big stick. On one hand, there's a carrot. If a producer misses their target but they catch up within a year, they can get a huge refund on their fine. But on the other hand, the stick is pretty serious. Repeatedly failing to comply can lead to massive penalties and even getting your registration revoked, which would effectively shut down your business. So after looking at all these different pieces, what's the ultimate goal? I mean, why go through such a massive regulatory overhaul? Ultimately, what this all comes down to is a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about transforming a massive liability, our ever-growing mountains of construction waste, into a national asset. By creating this closed-loop system, the goal is to conserve precious natural resources, take the pressure off our landfills, and build cleaner, more sustainable cities for all of us. So, the new rules have laid out this incredibly ambitious and comprehensive blueprint. The policies are there, the incentives are there, the penalties are there, it's all in place. But the ultimate test, as it always is, will come down to execution. The framework is here, but can India truly turn its mountains of rubble into the foundation for its future growth? Well, that is the billion-ton question.